Hello, my friends. Well, some of you warned me about the ocean. I want to share a little story of what happened today and relate it to life, nature, the universe, and everything. So I went to get some B-roll footage. If you don't know what that is, that's the footage that goes in the spaces like right now. So you're seeing B-roll footage of me while I'm talking to you that shows something of what I'm talking about. And so here I was, and isn't that beautiful? Oh, just trying to get some nice waves. And I was watching this next wave come in. It was real kind of mellow and nice. And then this happened. So I was pretty banged up, and I'm not going to show you all the wounds because some of it's kind of gory, but
turn around at least.
But we'll show a little bit. So there's a little road rash here. Basically, the wave took me along the coral, not the coral, but the lava. Some of it probably needed some stitches, but the hospital's a long way off, and so Rebecca patched me back together with some butterfly sutures and cleaned me up. Luckily enough, there were also two native women who were medics there, and they came over and looked me over, gave me the thumbs up. So this was an example of the power of the ocean. And I misread the ocean. And so luckily for me, in a pretty gentle way, the ocean rolled me over the rocks, and
they haven't seen all your body.
No, they haven't. I'm pretty bruised up and battered up and cut up, but it could have been much worse. And so I do think that the ocean was very kind to me and introducing me to her power. It's made me think today about the power of nature and the immense power of nature. Back in Wisconsin, I'm sure you've seen a lot of my cold videos. I was very comfortable with nature because I knew the cold very well, and I could tell when hypothermia was setting in, when my limbs were too cold, and so I was able to dance with the cold very well without taking a lot of damage to my body. Now, I do not think that nature is out to get us, but I do think that it's really important for us to respect nature and her power. We live in these little homes these little houses that we built, and in those houses we can feel very secure, as if we are insulated from nature. And that's the feeling. Everything's digitalized, climate controlled. Some of our houses are built so tight that we hardly even hear it when there's a storm outside. It's not until there's a fire, a tornado, a hurricane, an earthquake, that we suddenly see how delicate those structures are, those shields that we build around ourselves to try to protect ourselves from nature. That protection, it's only an illusion. And you probably understand that I'm talking about much more than just the weather or waves or the cold. There is illness, there's aging, there's our moment-to-moment emotions, all these aspects of nature that we attempt with our culture to shield ourselves from. And in doing so, if we shield ourselves too much, we lose something of our inner strength, that inner fire that gives us true resilience. And that, I think, my friends, is key, is to remember that even if we choose to live with those shields around us, insulated, it's important that we step out of them from time to time. if we don't, we will just become so immersed in that illusory security that when something comes into our world, an illness, an accident, a tornado, it shocks us and destroys us. I think if we build up that inner strength, we can take a tumble over the lava, we can get scraped up and bruised up, but we don't have to let that create fear in us. If we can build up enough inner strength, then we have a resilience that will see us through those waves of life. That's one of the most core, essential aspects of rewilding, stepping out of our comfort zone and into some amount of discomfort to see what waits for us there. And often, it's some pretty cool things waiting for us. So two messages here. The one is to remember to respect nature, to get to know it. Whatever your environment is, now I need to learn the ocean. I need to learn to read those waves, because every wave is not the same. One might come up gently and give me a cool splash, and the next one is going to take my fragile little pink body and hurl it over the stones. Know your environment, get intimate with it, and then you can dance with it a lot better. The other thing is to remember to step out of our comfort zones. Share in the comments sometime in your life when you have been reminded by nature of her power. I know some of you have lost homes to disasters. I know some of you have faced some intense illnesses. What is it that nature brought into your world? And very importantly, share this in the comments, what you learned and how you grew from that experience. Love to you all. I can't wait to see what you have to say in the comments, and I will learn to read the ocean better and will be more respectful of it. So please don't worry about me too much. Mwah.